What's up, Mr. Fuji?
What's up, Pokemon Radar?
Alright, guys. We're here in Dubai, doing what I think to be, well, it's the number 2 Pokemon trade probably of all time. And probably one of the greatest, I hate to phrase it this way, but one of the greatest flips probably in Pokemon history of all time. What are we trading today?
We trade like a very nice card.
One very nice card.
One very nice card.
For how many?
For quite a few items.
Yeah.
And the card has not only it's rare, it has historical value,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of well known by many. It gains a lot of popularity lately.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think for a Japanese collector, it's definitely one of the dream cards.
It's something special. So we'll get into it, but I want to get to know you a little bit better first.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to do a full podcast here, but I want to talk a little bit about you. So tell us where you're not from Dubai, but you're from.
I'm from. I was born in France.
Okay.
Actually, I was born and raised there,
Mm-hmm.
and then I moved a few years to Germany. And yeah, it's let's say I'm a European guy,
Okay.
but I like to define myself as how you call it,
Mr. Worldwide.
Master Worldwide, yeah.
So
Citizen of the world.
yeah, yeah. Now I'm sure you guys have all seen him. You did a little YouTube kind of trip of you were on Pokerev's YouTube, you were on Leonhardt's YouTube,
Sure.
Where else were you? You were in Instagram lives with people.
Yeah, with Jeremy Padower.
Mm-hmm.
I met a lot of people outside those videos as well. So definitely was a great journey.
Yeah.
I really cherish those experiences, and this journey was definitely like a dream for any collector and people involved in the hobby. Meeting other people, especially what we are living regarding the global situation.
Yeah.
Like finally meeting other collectors after a month, it was a kind of a relief.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
Even though I got crazy items, but yeah, the human aspect was very nice for me.
It was special, yeah. And that's kind of why I'm here today. I mean, I'm sure I'll say before in the video as well about how hard it is for me to give this card up, but the fact that it's brought me to a place I've never been to before, somewhere that I've always wanted to go, and then finally to meet a fellow collector who we've talked over the years, maybe here and there, but obviously more so recently, meeting new people and really cherishing collecting these experiences, collecting these relationships. So I'm happy that this card is going to you.
Thank you.
I know that you'll love and cherish it forever. Well, maybe not. I'm sure you'll sell it at some point too. Maybe. Maybe we'll see. I mean, I thought I'd have it longer than I did. I think I've had this for a month and a half.
Oh,
so not very long.
They hold it for a long time.
Yeah, but I did enjoy it. So now with your Pokemon collecting, now this is a full-time thing for you, right?
Yeah, as a collector, yeah, I was also involved in buying and selling. Something has recently changed in my life, so I'm like in a pause phase, and I will start again doing that. Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm basically into Pokemon and
Yeah.
collecting, selling, buying,
Yeah.
meeting people, yeah, things like that.
That's great. So, what are your current goals right now? I mean, you're obviously after this card, which we all know, we all see it, but is that kind of where you're sitting in the Pokemon world right now, just going after these Japanese trophy cards?
Yeah, kind of, but to be honest, I already got this card. We'll disclose it
Okay.
soon, and I traded to a very good friend of mine who helped me a lot with my collection, and I kind of missed the card.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it was a great deal, and I was very happy. And both parts were happy, but I really missed the card, and I was like, no man, I have to find another way to find the copy. And then you and Ibal find that one, and I thought you were ready to to make a trade or a deal or whatever.
Yeah.
I tried my luck. I was not expecting anything really. I just say let's try it and see how it goes. And well, it went.
Here we are.
Here we are actually.
Yeah.
And to answer, I'm very happy with my collection so far. I acquire very high-end items, like maybe the best you can get today in regards to Pokemon. So I'm not that into a particular card. If another opportunity comes, maybe I'll go for it. But I'm not that active as I used to be like 1 or 2 years ago. Yeah.
Got you.
I'm fairly content today.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. I know. I mean, your claim to fame coming to the U.S. recently was for that Pikachu Illustrator. And I love that card, but to me, this is much bigger.
Yeah.
You know, we all know the Pikachu Illustrator to be the holy grail of Pokemon, but I think it's the holy grail to like the general public, but to the Pokemon collectors, this is the holy grail.
To hardcore collectors,
yeah,
definitely. Also, if you compare figures to the illustrator, yeah, it's you cannot. I think in the Pokemon you cannot get a better item or items because the card has some friends or relatives. Let's say.
Yeah, a little brother and a big sister.
But to continue on that subject, the illustrator has like the Charizard. They have like a huge popularity, and popularity is kind of very strong in the hobby. But the card we disclose in a few moments, I think is the best, the crème de la crème, as we say.
Yeah. So you've only seen pictures. You haven't seen this yet.
No.
I've only seen pictures of what I'm getting. I'm particularly interested in seeing one thing for sure. Hopefully I don't rip it open right now, but because I'm pretty well known for opening things.
We already have the answer. No? The question is when.
Exactly. So again, this is so. I think this is just like a historic trade for people to see happen. You know, a lot of these higher end deals get kept secret until everyone starts talking about it. But I think it's a lot of fun. It's a great moment in the history of Pokemon right now to share with everybody, because you don't get to experience this. You know, this is something, again, I'm doing what I'm doing for the experience, buying and selling these trophy cards. So I can't afford to hold on to these things. It's a lot of money. It's a ton of money. But using them, leveraging them basically to get experiences it's priceless to me.
Definitely.
So I'm gonna pull a card out for you,
Let's
so
go.
we can see your reaction. I mean, I think I have the same reaction every time I open it. I can't stop smiling. Here it is.
Voilà.
It's beautiful. It's got a nice swirl in there for you too.
The holofoil pattern, I really fell in love with this particular copy.
It pops.
Wow.
We've got nice lighting too.
Wow. Beautiful.
Hopefully it's to your liking and we can move forward with the trade. But
Wow.
So the 1997 number 2 Pikachu trophy card. Absolutely incredible. Now, the one you owned before, was it a 97?
97 too.
It was a 97?
Yeah.
And it was the number 2.
Number 2, exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that one graded?
No, it wasn't.
It was in the original case.
Yeah, the original case. Yeah. Wow, I have no words really.
What would the other one, the one that you had? What do you think it would have graded?
I think it would have been minimum an 8, if not a 9. It was a bit off-centered. Well, it is a bit off-centered, so the 10 will be very difficult to get. But the card was mint, no dent. The guys, I've met actually the original winner of the card.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The guy was like 12 years old back then, and he kept it until 2019 when we got the card.
Really?
And he was telling me that he he kept it, he enjoyed it at his place, and he decided it was the right time to let it go. And yeah, getting the card from its original owner and winner, it's
that's special.
Yeah.
How'd you get in contact with him?
yeah, the funny story. The guy listed it on Yahoo Auction. So Yahoo Auction is a famous auction website like eBay.
Right.
Let's say it's the Japanese eBay.
Okay.
And but the guy has like I think 4 feedbacks or 6. It was like of a sketchy ad, and nobody was sure of the thing. So, but funny, we find a way to bid on because the proxy company, they didn't want to bid on that because they were kind of afraid, and we were not that familiar with the process. But we find a way to bid, and the guy, he canceled the bid
Really?
right before the end. So no winners, and in TOOS platform you cannot contact them directly, and every question you ask, you can actually ask questions. It's public.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And if you put an email, they will hide the email or whatever. And I had a good friend at that time. He was living in Japan, and until today, I don't know how he managed, but he found the mail of the guy.
Really?
Yeah, really. That's mind blowing. So once we got the mail, we start the negotiation, and the guy the English wasn't that good, so we have to find a way to like negotiate, but it lasts for at least 2 months, the negotiation.
2 months.
Yeah, it was fairly long.
Wow.
We're like back and forth, waiting for a week, 2 weeks to get an answer.
That's annoying.
And finally we came, because he was not happy with the price he got, or he would have got it.
What was it? What was the price?
It was, we had, actually it was 2 cards.
Okay.
There were 2 cards. Number 2, 1997 Pikachu Trophy, and number 1, 1998 second tournament, so first tournament of 1998. And both in USD, it would have been like all included flights and everything, $80,000, which is still today. But back then it was
That was
crazy.
still a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's a ton of money. I mean, I think there were some auctions on Mandarake or Mandrake or however you pronounce it. I think it was a 97 number 1 that sold for 82,000, and that one ended up grading at 10.
Oh.
Or maybe it was a 98. But
Yeah,
that probably wasn't too much longer after.
Yeah.
So still a lot of money, but
And it was the exact time when the trophy were gaining more and more popularity, and people really understood that if you don't get the trophies right now, I mean the Pikas and things like that, it will be super hard to get, or to get from a reliable source or something like that.
right.
And then as you have cherished experiences and things like that, I was ready to flew over to Japan, and the guy was keen to do that, and and once
So-
we agreed on the deal, we just have to organize our stuff, and that's it. That was it. Really, it was fairly smooth.
So he was 12 when he won it. There's 4 of these. So there's 4 different age groups, right? I don't know. I wonder which one this one would be. I wonder if we were able to track it. Maybe we have history somewhere. I'm sure someone knows. But that's cool to know, because if this were to be like the copy from the highest level, to me that would even be more valuable. I mean that's getting very very niche within an already niche collectible, but because when you think about it, again, you mentioned the historic value of this thing, and that's why I value it so much more than the Illustrator, because there's really true history to winning this thing. You were in the very first tournament in Pokemon that was held in Japan, and you were the very best, and that's what the song's about. I mean, this guy was the second best, but still, it's an incredible story behind it. And if you put on that echelon of being, the oldest age group, who were probably the most competitive, that makes it even harder to get. So that would be quite interesting to find out which copy this exactly was. Can I see what I'm getting? Let's go over.
Let's go. Do you remember?
I probably should have looked over the list to make sure I'm getting it all.
Let's start with the. So what you get first?
No, we'll talk about the numbers too afterwards.
Yeah, no problem.
I just want to look at everything. Really?
But I don't know if it's actually because it was a trade. I got it like a few months back.
Really?
I don't know if it's from him, but I found it funny that his name was mentioned on the.
That's interesting.
It tells you how small the world is.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny, all the names we talk about, today, we're all very familiar with who's who, so that's interesting. All right, so to start, we have, oh my, all right.
That's a lot of cards.
It's a lot of cards. Is there a shop around that I could sell some to before I leave again?
Well, I can buy it with.
All right, so we'll start with the big boys here. We've got a complete reverse crystal, Skyridge crystal and hollow set, including the Charizard, of course. So where did you get these? How long have you had these for?
I got it for I think less than 10 months.
Okay.
What happened? I found a very rare box in France, and I have a good friend down there. He wanted it so bad, and I didn't want really to sell it like this to a random guy. And he contacted me, said, "Let's work out a deal. I have things. I know you're into English and Japanese card. I have more of English cards. Is that something for you?" And then it's the game of the negotiation, back and forth, and we find a deal that suits both of us, and that was it. Yeah.
Very simple.
Once you know the person, you know how it works, and normally it goes fairly easy.
Yeah. I that's one thing that we talked about earlier too, about how Pokemon is in a state that it's still fun to deal with each other, and we're fair with each other, and
exactly,
we're having fun together. Outside of, I guess, the more serious hobbies, people can take things a little too far and take away from the innocence of what we're actually doing here.
But a lot of members of the community, they mentioned that we should do more trades and things like that.
Yeah.
And I was more the type of guy who buys. I want something, I buy. I like the easiest way.
Yeah.
But lately, also in regards to the prices and everything, also to get items, people are not really keen to sell. So they prefer do a trade. It keeps also the value, because for not most, but many people in the community, they bear in mind the value of the item, so it's like an investment for them. They collect, and they also think, okay, that might go up and everything. So
right,
and that's how this trade came.
Yeah. I mean, I think to start, I was pretty pushy too on not wanting to do a trade. But, it came to me that it was really just a funny anecdote of, I used to trade Pokemon cards on a school bus on the playground at my friend's house. Why not trade it in Dubai?
Yeah.
Like it's just a really cool story, and I couldn't pass up on it. But this is a great set. I just helped send off an entire Wizards of the Coast set to PSA. So first edition base, well, all the first edition sets, and then Legendary Collection and e-reader, every single card, every reverse hollow. It was a lot. It was a lot. But I'm excited to see
hopefully
those
you'll get them in 2022.
Well, we should have them soon, actually. We sent them at a expedited pace, so we should have them soon. I love this Umbreon.
Yeah,
I think this is my favorite card.
It's beautiful.
Even that Charizard there, I think the Umbreon is.
The reverse, I think it's beautiful on this one.
Yeah, it's very.
It has kind of a greenish or silvery effect. It's beautiful, and I really think that Skyridge will be a huge set and loved by many for vintage cards.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's been a huge narrative written around how awesome the artwork is, and it's the last Wizards of the Coast set, and there wasn't as much printed.
Sure.
I don't know how much truth there is to that. It all makes sense, but
it was kind of disrupted
halfway through. We're in 2003.
Statistically speaking, yeah, but we don't have the figures.
Right.
That's the thing.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Our theories. That's what we do in Pokemon. We come up with theories and hope they make sense. But okay, this is cool. I'll be honest, it's my least favorite thing from this entire trade, but it's still awesome. I mean,
It's the appetizer.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. What's next? What do we got?
We'll go to cards, but let's start with I give you 2 cards.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll put them face down to start. This is a low pop, isn't it?
Very low pop. One of the lowest in the Charizard, the PSA 10 actually.
The Expedition Hollow.
Yeah.
What is it? 40? No, is it in the 40s?
I think 30, 40 card, yeah. Something like that.
Something like that?
I have 34 in mind, but I'm not sure.
I have 44 in mind.
44, so let's say 40.
We'll say 40. Yeah, this is a great card.
What do you think about the artwork of this card and the?
I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what, CGI, right? Pretty much. It look kind of, actually no, it's not so bad, but it's a green wing Charizard. Nice little throwback to the original, but yeah, it's not my favorite.
But
What
this
do
card,
you think? Do you like it?
I kind of like it.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. When I had it in hand, I kind of like it more and more and more. But this card is either you like it or you hate it.
You've never met the.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I had never seen someone say, "Yeah, it's okay." No, but I have the Japanese version as well.
Okay.
And yeah, I really keep on.
There's a rarer version of that card, right?
Wow,
There's
definitely.
I actually don't know much about it. It's the non-hollow Japanese. What? Do you know what the official title is?
I don't know the official title, but I think there are like less than 4 that have ever popped out.
Really?
Yeah, like maybe 2 or 3, maybe something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
And it's basically the same artwork and the same card in Japanese, with but it doesn't have the first edition because in Japanese it has like a first edition and unlimited.
That's right. Yeah.
And I think it's the unlimited from a particular thing, but I'm not that familiar with this card. It was never a chase card for me.
I didn't know about it until that Illustrator trade, that $900,000 trade. So, yeah, I didn't even know that card was a thing. But
it tells you that there are cards outside. They are maybe the rarest ever, but it's super niche. It's for a hardcore Charizard collector, whatever Pokemon. Yeah? So there are plenty of ways to collect. I think that's what's beautiful with Pokemon or with TCG cards in general.
Yeah, there's so much more to it that we don't know about still. I'm gonna guess this is the base set too.
Wow.
Actually, really strong for. I know we all joke around about the 2 certs, the 2 mil certs.
Yeah.
But this is a good, nice copy.
Yeah, many people say that the newest certification numbers, they are more accurate, less problem. But from my experience, I've seen both.
Yeah, it's the same all the way through.
Definitely. I think it's you and your luck actually.
Yeah.
If the brother was nice, he has a great night, great weekend with his family.
Exactly.
You look otherwise.
I definitely don't miss there was like a 2-month period where people were getting like 8.5s. There's just the random half grades. I'm glad that's over, but yeah, no, that's
true. It depends also of the time
nice
frame
copy.
when you send the cards.
No, I like the base set too better than the unlimited.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hollow pops better. I think it looks nicer. I know a lot of people hate base set too, but I think it's a nice. It's a little different, you know.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have. But all right, wait. Let's go over this real quick.
Yeah.
So this Skyridge set in reverse. What is that like? 25,000?
I would say 2025.
2025.
It depends how you put it, because also to collect to gather all the cards together, and the guy I traded for or two, he's like a hardcore collector. He wants the best, the mean. You see, it's only a new level. It was his personal set, but he was really ready to give a lot for this particular French box. So he gave me the best he had at that time. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll say 2025 in today's.
All right.
It's what you come up with in terms of valuation, or you have another.
No, yeah, that's exactly what I think we went over it together, didn't we? Maybe I just did with E-Bulb, I forget. But and then the Expedition Charizard. This is a tough one. I know there's one listed for like 25 or 30,000. Yeah, I think anywhere between like 15 to 20 would be fair on that one, just because they don't pop up very often.
True.
Base set 2, that's another tough one. What do we think that one was at? Like 10 to 15 maybe?
Actually, I value the two almost at the same price.
Yeah.
Like 15 plus minus 10%.
Yeah.
It depends when you sell it. Who wants to have the card? It's always the same, but maybe the Expedition in regards to the low pop has like a little premium. But basically for me, valuation was almost the same, like 15-ish, maybe less for the base two, yeah.
Okay, so right now we're at maybe 50, 55,000, maybe a little higher. I want to tell you right now, before we go even further, what I paid for this Pikachu. So me and E-Ball bought this Pikachu for 70,000 USD.
Goodbye. Good, great.
No, I think it was an absolute steal.
Definitely.
I think people were frustrated once it was sold for that, because it is worth a lot more. So, all right, let's keep going. What else we got?
Let's continue with cards. That's a card.
Ooh, we got a Beckett. We got
Beckett.
A gold label, or is this the silver one? I can't see color.
It's a gold. Or
there it is. A pristine Japanese base set Charizard.
Yeah.
With the surface is a 9.5, but why? Do you know why?
No, we should ask Beckett.
You might have to.
I really have a close look to the card, but I haven't seen something bad.
Now the last one sold for, I think what, $12,000, $13,000. Of course, they were going a little bit higher back in October, I believe, once Logan Paul did his first break and everything went crazy. But do you know how many of pristines there are?
I don't know exactly how many are there, but I guess like.
I can't imagine there's too many. Are there any black labels? Probably not.
One. Yeah.
There's one black label? Alright. Well, you, my friend, might get regraded. We'll see.
You send it to Crossgrade or?
Oh, no. Keep it with Beckett.
Okay.
But maybe try to go for the black label. Unless I find something, I don't know.
What's the value on this for you?
I think we put it right at that 10 to 15 again, so 12. Just because we went off that last sale.
Yeah, when we start negotiating, I have 20,000 in mind, but the auction came and it was sold for 12. I believe it's undervalued. Yeah. Because with 20 I was like conservative, to be honest, and it was to 12, so we have to adjust.
Right. So right there we're already at 70,000. So I broke even. Yeah. E-Bob, we broke even. So the rest of this is the good stuff.
I put it in the
Evolutions booster box, guys. This is the real gem of the trade.
And the French guys. Shout out to the French community and the German one. They helped me a lot. You know what it is.
These are some of my favorite things to have. Yeah. Oh man, these are awesome. Wow. See, what makes me really happy about these now is that you can grade packs and not get the packs ruined anymore.
Finally. Finally.
So we've got 2 full first edition base set art sets.
Light.
They're all light, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise.
Alright, I won't open them then. But yeah, these are some of my favorite things though, and I think packs, just for anybody, are the most nostalgic.
Definitely, yeah.
I mean, you got the original artwork on there from the video game. These are just special. I love having these things. Now these are I think I got them at like 7,500 a piece now. Does that sound about right?
How much?
7,500.
Yeah,
That's about right.
maybe a bit more for the Charizard.
Probably a bit more
But
for the
I've seen
Charizard.
like on Insta, a guy was asking eight something, and he sold for 7,
You did, yeah.
7.5, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's about the going rate right now.
For light.
For light packs.
Of course, yeah.
For light packs. Yeah.
And those ones, they're kind of special because some of them I opened a box back then with a friend like 2
Oh,
years
really?
back. Yeah. And he kept the lights, and we made a trade last year, and I got few of them, and other was I think the first like big box break of first edition best set box from Charlie. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah,
I remember. And my friend bought some of them, and I got it in a trade again.
Do you remember what you opened from the box? Did you guys get the Charizard?
We got two.
You got two Charizards.
We got
How'd
two.
they grade?
One came back as a 10, and one came back as an 8.
Oh wow.
And funny enough, we thought that the one with the 8 would come back as a 10.
Really?
And the other one,
Did you ever get it like sent back? Did you send it back in?
No, I think because it was my friend's box,
Yeah.
and he traded for something else, like 1 or 2 months after he got the cards.
Okay.
Yeah, and but he stayed in the French community. Actually,
Okay.
it's a good friend of us in France
Yeah.
who got the card in his
Okay.
collection.
So a strong community, the French community. I haven't dealt with them.
Yeah, it's not totally different to the, let's say, the English community
Mm-hmm.
worldwide or Japanese, but you have like hardcore collectors, and in comparison to English and Japanese cards or items, they are like, for example, Neo Box.
Mm-hmm.
The mega rare. You have no idea. It's almost impossible to find them. I think in first edition, they are like publicly known. They are like 4 maximum.
Really?
Yeah, it tells you how rare it is.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
and yeah, the community in whole, it's like in every community you have very good people and you have bad apples.
Have you met Jean-Luc out there, June?
No.
I know
Shout out to
I know he's been stuck there,
Yeah.
but
SM Black.
yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to contact him actually when I saw your interview with him,
yeah.
and I wanted to contact him, but I always in Germany and things like that. I say once I'll get in Paris,
Mhm.
because I think he's staying in Paris. I'll contact him and have a chat with him.
Yeah, you should.
A great guy.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
From what I've
Oh yeah, no, he's awesome. He's awesome. All right, so with that, we're at about 100,000. What's next?
so
Now, which one do you think is I'm most excited about? Did I tell you which one? I think I told you which one I'm most excited
yeah,
about.
because you ask if you gonna open it,
Yeah.
but to be honest, knowing you, I think you'll open it or do a box break or things like that.
We'll figure it out.
Just for the pleasure to.
For the experience,
Yeah.
exactly. All right, let's see that one last.
Okay,
Let's see that one last because I'll be looking at that one a while.
so I'm giving away like a crown jewel of my collection, but it's part of the collector journey. You have to sacrifice to
Mhm.
get at what I consider better,
Yeah.
and what I will enjoy way more than this item. So.
Well, I did the same thing, right? I opened up that Charizard from a pack.
Mhm.
I sold it. I bought my very first Trophy Kangaskhan,
Oh,
a PSA 7,
yeah.
and then I ended up selling that, buying the raw one,
Mhm.
graded a 9, and then I just kept growing and growing until I got this, and that or this,
Yeah.
and then now it's turning into this. Oh, man.
That's something, huh?
I never thought I'd have one of these.
Crazy.
Own one of these. This is insane. A Shadowless PSA 10 Charizard. Now there's only 65?
I think like 40, 50,
50,
yeah,
56?
54, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now where did you get this one from?
You want to know the whole story?
Yeah. We got time.
I bought this card. That you won't believe. It's crazy what happened with this card. I got it, traded, and got it back. But the first time I got it, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, Dakar World who auctioned.
Really?
Yeah. Like in 2016 2017 or 2018.
Okay.
And I got it for $4,000. And you know what happened? I was questioning myself if I should pay for the car. I found it too expensive back then, and I was like, maybe I will not go for it. And then finally, I pursued the deal and I bought it.
Mm-hmm.
And then a good friend of mine wanted the card, and I sold it for $15,000, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I don't remember really. And last year, I traded it back for 20,000.
Wow.
So it tells you when the
And we saw Rusty pay. I think he said he paid 100,000 or so for one. And
Mhm.
I think there's been some other private deals that have been around the 100,000 as well. The last PWCC auction went for 75,000.
Yeah, crazy.
So it's amazing, really, really incredible.
But before we entered the negotiation and way before the PWCC auction,
Mm-hmm.
I got offer over 100K.
Yeah.
Yeah, people were offering me over 100K in like a full payment,
Mm-hmm.
and trades you can get way more. But I was fairly surprised with the auction. I don't know what really happened.
You know, it had it almost looked like a crack in the case. It was just I think it was just a really bad scratch.
Yeah.
I think that threw people off, but maybe not. I mean, that's also a conversation with the illustrator, right?
Mm.
The illustrator sold for what, 330,000 or something.
I think it was 370.
And you know, there's two conversations there of, yeah, it was difficult to get approved to bid on the card, and that maybe scared away some people, but it was also probably the most public and had the most eyes on an illustrator ever.
Mm.
So maybe it just underperformed or went lower than we all assumed. And I mean, that was kind of the same idea with the Charizard, because I was in Discord with Squeaks and some other friends, and we thought that 75,000 was a little low,
Mhm.
and we tried to figure out why, and I think it was because the case was just
Yeah, I don't
rough.
know.
But I don't know if that would really scare people away, because you can just get it recased.
Yeah, you go to PWC for $100, you get 3Ks.
Exactly.
And I don't know, it's yeah, I think maybe what happened, people were thinking it will go higher than that, or
Mhm.
I think most of us, and we kind of sleep on that, like letting go.
Yeah.
And we woke up because in France or Germany it's at 4 a.m. in the morning,
Yeah.
and when I saw the price I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I should have bid on it.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know anyone that's gonna sell one of theirs for less than 100,000.
I don't think so.
Yeah, the price is either gonna get there eventually or keep on going up. I mean, it's already been there. So.
We've seen some crazy thing happening in regards to auction and everything,
Mhm.
and then after a few months it
Yeah.
blows up and.
Yeah, and I wonder if Shadowless will ever get its time. I always say it won't, because it's just this weird middle child of unlimited and first edition base set, and it'll always move with the two of them.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it'll never get a spotlight. Like it'll never. Logan Paul won't do a break of Shadowless box, and people will be as excited as they were for first
Mhm.
edition.
I
I don't know if that can happen. Maybe it will.
If you organize that with
with
something, yeah.
maybe.
But the thing also with the Shadowless, there are like back history behind the Shadowless set and everything.
Mhm.
And once it gets well known and people will dig more about this information, maybe it gain more and more popularity.
Mhm.
I always thought that Shadowless is way undervalued, not only like price wise, but also the history behind it,
Yeah.
especially for the English collectors and things like that. So
Do you know Mike, Professor O'Callaghan?
yeah.
Yeah, you met with him, right? Yeah.
Shout out to Mike.
Yeah, we did a podcast together. He's probably like one of the most
It's,
invested in both his time and cards into Shadowless, and his theories and ideas behind how it came to be, I think, are potentially the most realistic, and it was really interesting
Yeah,
hearing all that from him.
it makes sense.
Yeah,
Actually,
it
makes
does.
sense.
It
Yeah.
does make a lot of sense. So, I mean, I don't know if we'll ever get that out of Wizards of the Coast, because talking to Rusty about it, talking to Gary about it, I don't think anyone really knows, or if it even was a plan. But it is unique. Yeah, it's another historic side of Pokemon. But yeah, so I'm gonna put that at 100,000 because I'm not letting it go for less than that. So we're at 200 already, and I believe we have one more item.
Something nice. Yeah.
Something nice.
Yeah.
Just
Like an evolution box. No?
Oh man, this stuff gets me going. I sealed product is my favorite.
Yeah, I like it. It's your drug.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh man. Oh wow. Oh, I thought there were wizard logos on it. There's not wizard logos on it. Now, do these have? I want to get a screwdriver so I can actually hold it.
Sure.
Do you have one?
I have one here. You want?
You do? Yeah. I want to.
I can prepare this time.
So this, which I'll do a pan over of stuff and make it look good while we talk about it, but we have a guaranteed shadowless booster box. That is. I think these are more rare, or maybe not more rare, but harder to find than first edition base set because of the uncertainty, right, of boxes.
Exactly.
Now, this is a short crimp box, or is it a long crimp?
Long crimp.
It is long crimp.
It's 99% guarantee shadowless. I don't know if you know the history of this box.
We went over it briefly, but why don't you share so we have it on record?
I think what happened is that Pokerev find a case box of a best set, and he thought I might open one, like he always does.
Yeah.
And it turned out that it was a shadowless box. And then he sold it to a friend of mine,
Okay.
who also opened one, and it was a shadowless box. And we finally came to the conclusion that the whole case box was a shadowless box, so it's crazy. So
imagine finding
the back history is there. Like we're 100% sure it's a shadowless box because it has all the criterion to be a shadowless box. And knowing that well-known collectors or members of the hobby has already opened one.
I think it's good. Yeah. Okay. I'll probably get it. I'll probably open it. Anyway,
You know, you were lying to yourself from the beginning.
Yeah. Wow.
You see, it's case fresh, if I can.
See, I don't really care so much about condition of boxes as long as they're not like destroyed. I kind of get. I hate when people are always like, "Show me the condition." I mean, you got a normal stretch mark here, right, from age, like perfectly fine. I actually like seeing this stuff because it helps prove the authenticity of boxes. There's, you know, when I get boxes, I like to feel it all, make sure it's real. I mean, obviously, you and knowing the history of it, I don't have any concerns, but I just like touching them. I like touching the boxes. This is. Most people probably wouldn't take it out and hold it like this because it's, who know what is this worth these days? No one knows. I don't think we've seen one sell publicly for a long time. A long crimp. I think there was a short crimp on Heritage.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what it sold for, but this is special. I might have to take this over to Nick's and open it. We might have to do this in the Poke Cave.
Yeah. Came back where it came from.
Exactly.
That would be awesome, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Now this, have you ever attempted to sell this? Because
you know how it goes. Sometimes you say I want to keep it, and you find a new item you want for your collection, or you want to whatever. And when you offer it to people who are interested, they're not like so. So it's like sometimes I want to sell it, sometimes I want to keep it.
Right.
I don't have like a strong attachment to be honest with the shadowless and things like that because I was not too familiar with English items, but it was like a grave to have. So when I had the opportunity to get it, I was happy. But yeah, I was sure that one day I will let it go. There are like items I'm pretty sure I will keep forever, but this one was not on this list.
Do you own any other sealed product, or
I do.
you do? Okay.
Yeah. I'm not a huge seal collector, but I have
A few boxes, a few things here
a
and there.
few things. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't disclose it on you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No, it's it's interesting to see the type of collectors there are with sealed product, because some of the people, a lot of people don't like talking about it. I don't know why. I mean, I guess, you know, like one of the first things that I got into with Pokemon was sealed product, because I wanted it to open. I wanted to have one of every box, one of every pack. And the question that pops up on like E4 all the time is, how many boxes are left? Nobody knows.
No.
And nobody wants to like share information about it, which that's one thing that I do agree with. I am very transparent, but when it comes to boxes, for whatever reason, I kind of feel that same way.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell you how many boxes I have or had, because I don't know why. I don't know why, but it's weird that we all kind of share that feeling with sealed product. Wow. You know, I had a green wing box.
Mm-hmm.
It was from a case. I remember, I had the whole case in front of me, and the guy was gonna sell me the whole thing, and I remember peeking into it. Like, we had a price set up. I was like, please be shadowless, please be shadowless. And it wasn't guaranteed. It wasn't short crimp.
Mm-hmm.
I actually could see the trading card block up top, so it was unlimited, and the price point was just too much at that time. Like, if it was shadowless, it would have been a steal, but if it wasn't, it was too much. So I only ended up buying one box, and I sold it for, I think, like 10,000 or 11,000 in the beginning of 2020, before everything spiked. So I missed out a little bit, but
we all did.
Yeah.
Where I made like huge mistakes.
yeah,
If you but
that's part of it.
that's part of it. You do what you know at that time. So it's just a decision at the end of the day. So
Right.
if we know what would have happened,
And we buy and sell into every market,
Yeah.
right? It's not like,
it's part of the deal.
yeah, it's how it all works. But wow.
Can you explain to the audience how you can say it's a shadowless and things like that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll do closer pickups of it as well. But number one, obviously, the green wing Charizard on the side. When you have the unlimited box, it actually has this guy, the blue wing Charizard, which it would have been cool if they had this in a green wing for too as well. That would have been really interesting. Another easy tell on a box is the Pokeball is much larger on the green wing boxes, so you can see that from up top as well. But the biggest things are peeking inside the box, of course, which is another thing. People are so delicate with boxes; they don't want to do anything. They're tough. You can touch them. You can push on a little bit. But the first thing you look for is the crimps. That's why I was asking: is it long crimp or short crimp? Because that's really the best sign. If there's long crimp, then you're most likely going to have shadowless. Every first edition English pack is long crimp, and every single non-first edition long crimp is shadowless. And then you also want to try to peek to find the trading card game block, which on Unlimited is up top instead of below, and you will be able to see it, which of course these have long crimp, so they won't be up there, but it's always good to check in case they're fake packs or something. But yeah, that's really it for finding out if it's shadowless or not. And then you can go ahead and weigh the box, of course, to figure out, to make sure it's within the right realm there. And yeah, wow,
Beautiful.
love this thing.
Yeah. So when is the opening? That's the question.
Tonight. So that this box I would put at. We okay? I would put at probably more than 100,000, but if we safely say it's 100, then we're at 300 total. I think it's 125. maybe even a little more.
D-box, well, I put 130.
130. Yeah.
130. I think that's the real value because recently they were like a box break of a shadowless.
Oh really? Oh
And,
yeah.
when you compute everything, it was almost 130. So
Yeah.
130, 129 something or something.
Okay.
So that's the market value.
Yeah.
But then,
All right. So we did pretty good.
yeah, we
Not
were
bad.
fairly accurate. Yeah.
Not
At the end of the
bad.
day.
Not bad at all. That's awesome. I dropped one of those little nut guy. One of these guys. I don't know where it went. You'll find it later. But that's the trade. 300,000, 350,000,
350. Yeah.
350, something like that. That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
What a life. First going open up packs for $2.99 and now we're trading Pokemon cards for 6 figures.
Yeah. And it's not over.
Not even close.
Not even close. Yeah.
Well, let's shake hands. Call the deal good.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was
Appreciate
a fairly smooth deal.
Fairly smooth.
Yeah. When we came to a deal,
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah, it was easy.
it was easy. Yeah.
It
I like
was
this
easy.
kind of deals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, of course.
Even though I missed out on the card because I was
I think you'll do just fine. This
Yeah,
card
well,
is that card is special, man. It's,
Congratulations.
yeah.
Thank you.
I think we're happy all around. So,
Yeah.
thank you again. Follow this guy on Instagram, by the way, at Mr. Fuji. Is there a dot in there somewhere? Is there a period?
Mr. Fuji, 8. I think I don't know how you call it.
Little underscore.
Underscore, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuji underscore. Mr. underscore Fuji underscore.
Perfect. Well, thanks again for meeting up in Dubai and doing this and
Thank you for
taking
coming
care of
over.
me. Yeah, it was a little shorter trip for you, but I'm more than happy to make the trip. I'm gonna bug you to come out here again. So, looking forward to it.
But we'll definitely meet up again. I
Yeah.
will come over to the US again
Perfect.
and to meet you guys because you're always treating us well and we have a fun time. So
Yeah,
why not?
absolutely, absolutely. Well, see you guys next time.
Bye.
I still don't know what I'm doing. I just go for it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just.
But I think people like things like they are just not staged and genuine.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I love
it's-
that as well.
Much more intimate, much
Yeah.
more realistic. So,